Good morning. All right. So you get the wild hair disc after convention because let me tell you, after having to braid it and then glue the hair down for the weekend and put it underneath two wig caps, we let it air dry and fly free today. That's how we do it. Exactly, Puff. Yeah, yeah, you just run away screaming. But good morning. How are you guys doing today? Checking your whiskers. And you know what, too? For those of you that are here now, everybody's going to get some whiskers. Add points, all 100. When I was cleaning on Thursday, I did find a massive whisker on the floor, but I didn't start up the battle station, so I never distributed the goods. So I'm making good on what was right, enemy lover. No, so yeah, there we go. Whiskers was collected. Points distributed. Darker Zero, hello to you. Good morning. So we've got like a little less than 3 hours now in the Warframe drop campaign for the Zahraman. So if you guys would like to know what's going on for drops, we do have that as a command you can get down on. How's everybody doing? What did you guys do this weekend? Fire Shade, good morning. Hey! And then I'll share with you guys my weekend too, because you know I've got stories. I've also got uh, the headdress or formal that we're giving away right now. So again, 10 exclamation point ticket to get in on a giveaway. If you've already got the ears and you want formal, that works. 35 platinum. Sure. We'll send you the formal bundle instead of the ears. That works for me. You responsible 10 you. We've got a Mirage Prime that we're giving away today, and then I'm going to be picking a winner from our Astronomicon convention platinum winner. But yeah, no, let's just quickly talk about the day, and then I am going to work my way into Warframe. We do have it up and going. Speaking of up and going, there is a new event in Stream Raiders. So let's pop over the new Stream Raiders battle. So if you guys did not know, this past weekend, we had the humble pleasure of being a cosplay guest at Astronomicon 7. I do and have had the pleasure of assisting them for the past 6 years with their cosplay escapades, shenanigans, contests. We're gonna drop a mage on the field. Again, if you guys put yourself in any of the purple areas, that is a defensive stationary area. Until you are attacked upon, you will not move. All right, Raiders, first battle in Sportlandia, whatever it is, sports, we're sporting. First battle in sports event has started. I'm going to go to my quest, though, and collect on the mages. So again, exclamation point battle at any time. To pull up the link to our Stream Raiders game, we're going to just, I think, nothing special about this map. It looks like it's got some gold at the end of the tunnel, so we'll go with that one. But here are Synemius and my badges from this weekend. So we do have the pleasure of being all access, being a guest, and then having to make sure that we got all the goods. I'm going to wait to show you guys the merch that I picked up. But yeah, so if you guys are not familiar, let me drop the link. You can check. Oh, she knows how to spell. Some days more, some days better than others. I was really excited. So if you didn't check out the Discord, we were live in the Discord almost all weekend long, posting in the Astronomicon channel. So here was my booth right here for C3. So convention goers would check in at the registration, then have to go all the way around through the doors, and then the Magic Ninja Entertainment booth was here, and then they take the first row to me. And I was right by the Girl Scout cookie, so I had a wonderful spot. I was really excited to see Bill Mosley. Michael Roker was there. You'll have to click on the link to see the list of celebrities that were in attendance. They had a wonderful lineup. I did not hear, sometimes you hear like, oh, one celebrity was being a boob or was kind of like a jerk. You didn't hear that mumble or chatter from any of the convention goers all weekend long, which was great. But yeah, so Friday was day one. We dressed up as a bloody nurse. what happens too at Astronomicon is there is an underground dojo card. So at Take the Dojo does this with the celebrities in attendance. Remember how a couple days ago or a couple years ago, hey Octavius, hope you're having a good Monday. Snapped Axe, good morning. We had the Disfusional dojo card. Well, this year they made a checklist to help convention goers uh, collect randomly all of the cards. And so I thought it was funny. At the end of the day, there was somebody who was trying to collect all the cards, and she goes, I need that. I need a card. And I was like, well, I go, are you going to trade me for it? And she goes, sure. So she goes, here, take the list. And I go, actually, as somebody who's not collecting any of these cards, the list is perfect then. So like, it's a list of all 32 cards that convention goers could collect, from Michael Roker all the way down to Walter, from Guardians of the Galaxy all the way down to the Black Power Ranger. Walter, he was literally having a party at his booth all weekend long. When I was walking the convention hall and I would go past like the OG Black Ranger's booth, he had a boombox on it and he was just pumping like his own original music and club jams. I was like, man, this is the spot to be. It's like Quiet Town, USA, where I'm at. You only hear like the Ghostbusters every once in a while with their music. So like that was real. And then if the convention goers collected all of the cards, hey K-Fresh, what to do? How are you? They were able to get a holographic writer's card, which is one of the Magic Ninja Entertainers list of bands, signed musicians. So this was just a really fun to do. And as they were going around, the at Take the Dojo had these really fancy Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle Cup, but they were a little different. So on the back of the card you see this dojo, but on this one is this your special bush? And I asked them, I go, am I supposed to hide this? And they go, no, you should keep this one. So here is my Astronomicon 7 dojo collection. I feel like it's complete. Technically, K-Fresh, I got with the list, I got them all then. Maybe not the physical cards, but their names. So like they were the Take the Dojo individuals were putting these in all of like the fake plants around the convention center for people to find. So huge thank you, Take the Dojo. This is always a fun thing to be a part of. They come around each day. They give me a little stack of cards, and then I like pick a card, Brock, to convention goers, and they grab a card. And I hope they pick one that they want, or they don't, they don't want. And then the goal is to have the convention goers interact and mingle with one another because they're all here for their same interest of either horror, wrestling, or music enjoyment. So like it's just a little fun to do, a little fun side quest. Debonair Corvus, welcome on in. Octavius, good morning. So Friday was pretty straightforward from my my jobs, my tasks that I had to do. We signed people up for the cosplay contest, both kids and adults, and Saturday was my big day. So we're just gonna jump all the way to the hotel. I gotta say, this year, Astronomicon, you guys outdid yourself. I walked in, I said my name, they gave me my my cards for the hotel, and then the lady, sorry, all my receipts for my finance lady. I've got they had these little like obviously she printed it off with a Xeroxer, used 2 highlighters that they had on hand and some scotch, roll it on your finger tape and put them though on all of the key cards. I was like, precious, absolutely precious. It was such a clean, such a nice hotel. I mean, I think I get weird like, sleeping in hotel bed. You just never get the best night's sleep in somebody else's bed. You know what I mean. And then Saturday. So Saturday we did our Tiffany Valentine cosplay. I wanted to make sure that it was child appropriate, not too much booba rumholt, and then like if I bent over, I wasn't showing the full moon. Just a little respectful taste of like, oh, is that a tattoo above your bosom? Well, yes, it is. So the kids cosplay contest was moved up this year to 1 p.m., which was wonderful. Almost every single child, I think every single child plus a couple, showed up to it. And that's unheard of because usually it happens in the evening, digress it. If you know children, digress it. If you don't, even better. But they fade fast. They fade fast after lunchtime, especially if they've been in something uncomfortable and itchy all day long, like a cosplay of some sort. So the fact that they moved the kids cosplay contest up, we had double the amount of children participate in the kids cosplay contest at Astronomicon 7 as they did at Astronomicon 6. So lovely, lovely, lovely. You little creepy children, you little creepy kids and ghouls. And then the adults cosplay contest was pushed back an hour till 6. Truth be told, indifferent. I don't think it made a difference. Neither good nor bad for the adult cosplay contest being pushed back from the traditional 5 o'clock time slot to the 6 o'clock time slot that it was today, or this year. If anything, I think it worked out. Adults, this was the first time you guys lined yourself up. You blew my mind. You blew my mind with how easy it was to line up 50 of you. Wow. Like, it's the little things. It's the little things. And lining 50 people up who have, like, little to no visibility and limited, movability, and then a little catability, is challenging sometimes. And so, especially, in the horror where they've all got, like, a dead body in a sleeping bag that they're dragging behind them. So I was floored. We popped off at the beginning of the events, everybody. The kids, the kids know lines. They do lines daily with their school. Let's go into a line to go to the library. Let's make a line to... So, like, the kids, I only have them show up 10 minutes for the contest because they know how to line up. It's easy peasy with them. Have the adults show up 15 minutes for the contest because when I go, that number that I gave you upon sign up, the sticker, if you're 43, you shouldn't be at the door. So, like, yeah, it was great. There were so many wonderful adult cosplayers this year. If anything, I think the adults took my words to heart when I told them that the kids were showing them up every single year with all their craftsmanship and creativity, that they made me eat my words this year. And we had a wonderful deliberation between me, AMH Cosplays, and then the Scarlet Witch cosplay. It was a really good show of craftsmanship, of, and here's the thing too, we had some people that even when signing up were making comments where, some gentlemen were saying, do you think I have a chance at winning? Do you think I have a chance at winning? And there were a couple people upset that they did not place at the end. And if you're going into a contest, especially a cosplay contest, where you have it, how I do the creeptastic legwork chat where I'm like, I know exactly who's showing up at this contest. I know for like the large international contests, I'm like, I know exactly what they're doing. For Toter, I'm like, somebody's doing cricket iron-on, so I'm going to put that on my, the underbust core set. That way I can check that off too. If it's not a convention and a cosplay where you have that, you don't know what somebody's going to bring. So you can't go with the expectation of taking an achievement home when you don't know. There could be sleeper cells, somebody working on something for 3 years. I tried to explain, I'm like, you need to go into it expecting, good food and giggles, hoping to make some friends, learn some fun crafts, and have a good time. Get a bunch of photos done, network, those photos that other people are taking with you and of you, get posting up on their socials, that claps back to you, like that's things that are more controlled, that you have more control of, is your interactions, not, 3 random judges, and their opinions for a contest for one day of your life. And so, like, I feel bad completely, but at the same time, I do not want to take away from the art and the hard work and the craftsmanship of the winners too. So I'm sorry that some people were a little bit bummed and upset. All I gotta say is use this as motivation to continue to learn, grow, and just keep fabricating. Just keep. Only 3 people can win. That's. There was no trophies. It was just cash. But yeah, no, there was an absolutely horrifyingly beautiful show of art for the adult cosplay contest. It was a little bit of everything in one show, and we did finish 2 before doors opened for the concert. I got you guys. And then we went out to eat, had my first chat. You guys didn't tell me how delicious Red Robin was. Never visited a Red Robin before. Might do it again. They've got their own little like seasoning salt shaker spread thing on the yum. French fries, delicious, better than Lowry's. Don't tell Lowry seasoning salt that I said that. But yeah, we was. Then we went back to the concert because as just like the past, they've got concerts that happen, they've got killer karaoke, they've got movie night. It's not just a convention, but there are a bunch of after hours events. On Friday, they did a movie night with Twisted. It was a free event, not just for VIP. Before the concert or before the event even kicked off on Friday, they had a Brews with Blaze where VIPs got a little mini before the show concert, and then they got like glow-in-the-dark cups and had a beer, and just got to mingle. I think they had non-alcoholic bevies too. I think it was just like soda pops. And then that went from 2 to 5, then the convention from 6 to 10, and then from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. was the VIP party and killer karaoke, where, again, some of the music and talent from Magic Ninja Entertainment take the stage to entertain the convention goers and the VIP. I guess it is just the VIP guests, and then the VIP guests and the vendors and the celebrities. That's the fun part too, is you'll see some of the celebrity guests grab the microphone and do their best to karaoke a couple drinks in. And then after that too, because it doesn't just stop, at 2 a.m. on Friday is the pop-up shop where convention goers have a chance at limited signed one-of-a-kind merch from either years past or literally merch and jerseys right off the bodies of their favorite Magic Ninja Entertainment musicians. So like it's they pack it full, because we did then a 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. cosplay contest, and then the concert doors opened at 7. The concert went from 8 p.m. to 12, I think they said. We left just before 11 p.m. The music got lulled. It was starting to, that heat wave of people. And then I saw vomit on the floor in the corner, and I was like, you know what? Let's go. I really could use a shower at this point in my day. And we still got a whole nother Sunday left to do. So huge thank you to, I had some wonderful friends and fellow Astronomicon enjoyers. I got a card from a convention goer, and huge thank you. I'm going to keep your name a secret, just, so that's sweet nothings. Thank you so much. And then my wonderful friend Cody, too. She brought me some little butterfly again. It's a little bigger butterfly. I had it clipped to the back of my bookmark stand. And then a bookmark. I love bookmarks. I love bookmarks. And speaking of bookmarks, wonderful transition too, Cody. Thank you for that segue. The new signs that we made for our sales, people commented on them. You spot the vomit time. You're like, you know what? If it's that rowdy already, I'm just, because it's a smaller convention concert hall in a convention center too. It was to the point aggressive. Everybody was smushing toward the front, and I'm like, they are right by the speakers. Do you want to know how you lose your ear hearing? That's how you lose your ear hearing. So like I stayed toward the back by the merch where like a sound booth in a normal auditorium would be set up, if you will, just so I can enjoy the music. But yeah, it was like, you know what? Also, before all of these individuals try to leave too, let's just make sure we're long gone. Oh, we know now. Yeah, that's how you lose your hearing. It's like, do you want to know how you lose your hearing? That's it. But you know what? Everybody was having a riot. Everybody was having an absolute riot. Sunday fun day. Sunday was Makima. The day started. I can't, because I'm still experiencing the pain from Sunday. Whatever combination of The Makima's pants, maybe it was because I chose not to wear tights for the first time with Makima's pants, but Makima's pants, it was so hot yesterday in Detroit that I was sweating, and Makima's pants, as I am walking, is just wedging up my ass. And it didn't matter how many times I went behind the black curtain to try to, like, just try to extract my underwear. And, like, if you know ladies' underwear at all, and even if you don't, props to you, but, like, they've got the seams to the underwear in the most, like, why is there a seam there? I tain't know why there's a seam there, but the seam then is just... And you know what? Maybe if I wore, like, underwear that were wedgified, you know, like the wedgie, like this underwear is meant to just be a wedgie all day long. It would have been better, but, like, I wore the underwear that had the more fabric that wasn't wedgie certified. And so, like, when it went to wedgie, it wedgied. And so, like, to the point, I think I rubbed my butt crack raw from the wedgie. So, like, I am... If you see me shifting from side to side, a little bit of it, Legion, is my wedgie still. I feel like I've perma-scarred my butt with a wedgie from all of Sunday. It was so bad. It was so bad. But Sunday was relaxing besides the wedgie. I was able to go around and pick up... I'm gonna see if I have willpower to save this for an October giveaway for you guys. But Brain Dead Customs had a pack, and I may have spent some money on it, but they are McMurder Buddies. So you remember in the 90s, McDonald's had the chicken nugget toys that you could get, and, like, for Halloween you could dress your nuggets up. Well, these are chicken nuggets inspired by horror icons. I feel like these just, they spoke to me, and I was like, we need a whole entire pack of all of them. And I'll just do one massive giveaway later with those. And speaking of giveaways too, tomorrow the giveaway is gonna... That was an interesting story to enter. I'm just saying, Wildflower, I was just... The combination of cosplay and undergarments will definitely be switched up for future Makima wear. If anything, I've made a note. Wildflower, I thought to myself before, what have I come into? Legion, I thought beforehand too, like, maybe I should go with the black dress for Makima instead of the pants and the tie. I am so more in the mentality of, let's just get a dress. There's no pants. There's no wedgie then at that point for her future wear. Note to self, wear the extra comfy undies. If they wear the comfy underwear did me dirty, did me wrong. It wedgied. The comfy underwear with the tight pants and then the... So that's how... That was Sunday. Also, my assistant came out to hang out with me on Sunday because it was local to her. So thank you, Caitlin, for coming and stopping by and checking. First thing she goes, so when are you getting paid? I was like, don't you worry, I got you. And she also brought me, thank you so much, best assistant in the world, brought me chicken shawarma. And it was really good too. I even, like, forethought too, because the evening food that they served, huge thank you to for ASTRONOMICON serving their guests food, sustenance during the day. But the last meal was awesome if you could ingest cheese. Everything had cheese on it Friday for, like, the late lunch. And so I was like, well, I'm gonna eat, like, I can eat some bunch of fruit. Friday, I got the best stories for Friday. So Friday, I went and said I had time to walk around more so, and I got to say hello again to our friend Bill Mosley. So if you guys had not been around in September of 2022, we had guested in Danvers, Massachusetts at Spencer Carney's From Ice Nine Kills Silver Scream Expo. I believe it was their first, or Silver Scream Con. It was their first year. And myself, Lucinda, Jenny, and Bill Mosley. Lucinda, Jenny, and Bill Mosley shared two tables, and then I had two tables, and we kind of made a horseshoe with our tables, with a walkway in between the setup, so that we could go and take selfies with patrons and convention goers. And I had a lovely time with them throughout the whole entire weekend. And again, was so busy Friday and Saturday myself, them likewise, that Sunday when we had a reprieve to chat with each other, I as I took the bubble mask off for my dark nurse and they saw my face, they just squealed with excitement because this is the first time all weekend too that they'd seen my face. It'd been just in mask. They'd show up and I'd already be suited up into my cosplay. So like we got in and out cosplay selfies, but like they were excited and wanted to get like the real face photo. And I tried to find that real face photo on my phone, and of course, from 2022, I've backed up my phone since then. Debonair, who does that? Who backs up their photos out of all the thousands of photos on my phone? I didn't have the one that I really wanted to share. But then I had the pleasure of, so like I went over, I was like, oh, Bill, it's so nice to meet you. And I showed him the photo just so that he could, you know, connect the two. And you know what? That's an actor for you. He pretended like he remembered me. But I was like, it was a pleasure. I hope you're doing well. It's lovely seeing you here at another one of the events. And then lunchtime came. And I went to go get my lunch, and I saw Maddie, one of the other cosplay guests, and I was like, ooh, do I sit with Maddie and their +1, or do I have lunch again? Because at Silver ScreamCon, I had lunch with Lucinda, Jenny, and I go, do I have lunch with Bill Mosley? And I thought to myself, Bill's at a lunch table by himself. I could set my creepy self down across from him and I wouldn't even be in his way. So I go, hey, is it all right if I commandeer this chair, you know, in this area? And he's like, oh, no problem, no problem. So we sat down, we're just silently eating. And then what broke the ice in our conversation was Michael Roker. So if you guys do not know Michael Roker is in Guardians of the Galaxy, The Walking Dead, Slither, and Mallrats. Michael Roker is leaving the green room, and I had to look, I'm sorry, Michael. I had to look it up to see which celebrity you were, but I was just happy to be consensually molested. So, we're sitting there at lunch, and it is the wonderful and oh so humbling and charming Bill Mosley across from me, and then his lovely assistant to his left, but also my right, because it's a circular table. And so Michael Roker is walking around just in his giggle-tastic, just perma smile of a self, and goes up behind Bill Mosley's assistant. They know each other by their, and like, puts his arms on her shoulder and, you know, does a, you know, side kisses, you know, kind of against her hair and her ear. And it's like, it's lovely chatting with you. Can't wait to, you know, see you again. And as he's walking away, he's like, oh, all the women getting molested by Roker. And Bill Mosley says something, and I was like, and then in between eating my cantaloupe, goes, oh, only the cool girls get molested by Mr. Roker. And then the longest 3 seconds, like he had been waiting for me to like put the grape in my mouth and not have anything in my hands or like a fork coming toward my face, Buster the dog. And next thing I know, I've got just the wonderful warm embrace of Michael Roker putting his hands on my shoulder and then doing the same little like ear side kisses to me too. And I'm like, oh, I'm a cool girl now too. But I got back to the booth and I was like, who was that? So it was like, I got back to the booth and I go, I think I was just kissed on the cheek by Michael Roker. I go, because like I looked at the list and that's the only one. And then like I saw back at the photos and I was like, yeah, no, that was the gentleman with the little stubble scruff. This was probably one of my favorite ASTRONOMICONs. I didn't get to chat with a lot of the celebrities or, you know, mingle with a lot of friends, so to speak. But it was just run so smoothly. It was busy, but it wasn't like a busy, exhausting the hotel accommodations, the breakfast for the hotel was banging. So like I was full by the time I got to convention. It was just a very nice. The staff was walking, like there has been some years where some of the staff had just been really excited to see some of the celebrities and not want to staff. So like the staff was walking around the whole entire time. They were picking things up. Multiple people were asking, is everything okay? Do you need anything? Just checking and making sure, like keeping the peace. Security, there were multiple security too that were walking around. It was really, there were small minute things that could have been altered, like the times on the website didn't match some of the times for like the cosplay events, and I was just, we'll fix that. We'll fix that for next year. But, like, it wasn't anything problematic that just verbally couldn't be discussed between. It was wonderful. I'm tired, but only because it was a long weekend. I'm not exhausted because I feel like I was dragged by my wig through, across the carpet, if you will, through the convention hallways. So like it was a really good weekend. I had a wonderful time with everyone. Got to chat with a bunch of returning convention goers, new friends, old friends. And again, huge thank you to AMH Cosplays and the Scarlet Witch Cosplay for being the other cosplay guests alongside me. Huge shout out and thank you to Who the F is JC, James Campbell, for being the cosplay MC this year. Yes, we had an MC, so I didn't have to do the microphone or have to like, hey, Sneemians, you want to read off some names for me? It was a really good time. It was a really good time. And then I know what you guys want to talk about, but we can talk about that and my adventure to go see a woman about a Delta bandsaw. I didn't want to take any photos while we were there, out of respect. However, it was so nice to see one of my high school best friends' moms that I saw a whole lot back, like, before going to college. And it was so wonderful. It was so wonderful. I gave the lady a stack of Jacksons for a 1994 Delta bandsaw. It comes with a couple. It even has like the little plate guides as well. Original directions. And one extra blade. Looks like Mr. Martin even made a like dolly with some casters on it to move it around the shop, or you could mount it. So I gave her money. She had me Sharpie my name on it like I was one of the kids again. Sharpie your name on it so no one else eats it or takes it. And I was like, I go, and technically, I go, if I don't come back for it, you've already got my cash, so you're good. She goes, yeah. So sometime this upcoming week or weekend, we are going to go and pick up the bandsaw. I'm so excited. So excited. The table saw and everything else, I don't think we need. And I was being told too by Sidemius that the metal bender is too industrial. But the lathe, I do believe, maybe the lathe, I don't know. Bandsaw for sure. Really excited about that. But that purchase. Literally the money that we made from print sales. Saturday, I am sitting there and I've got my two judges off to the side. I'm like, yeah, if you guys want to go sit up there, I'm just going to go double check, make sure everything's good in the hallway. And I got my my MC, James, I was chatting with. And then all of a sudden, this gentleman, everybody's grown up, gentleman comes up to my left in like the little verbal trapezoid that we've got now here, and goes, hey, I am your sound guy for the events. What do you need? And I literally looked at him. And again, I've got a mask on too at this point. But my regular eyeballs for Tiffany Valentine. She does not have contacts. And I looked to this dude and I'm like, I know him. I know this face. I know this face. Don't know exactly how I know this face, but I know this face. And like the more I started thinking about it, I was like, this face has to have been a student. This face has to have been a student. um, and all of a sudden, I go, I know you. And he, like, in that, like, caught off guard, this wasn't the response, you know, he was looking for, goes, I go, yeah, I know you. And he, you know, gives me the, you know, I don't, I go, did you take high school wood shop at blah, blah, blah? And you could see the sparks of electricity go from one brain cell to the other as, like, E.T. Phone's home finger comes to touch the boys and, like, the light bulb goes off. And he goes, oh my goodness. I go, yeah. And Miss Woody goes, I know. And then he gives me his name. I was like, it's a pleasure to see you again. And, like, he had this long, like, pause, and I go, all I need, I go, is I need music that does not curse. I need some background tunes for the kids. No cursing. No cursing. And he's like, okay, no problem. We can do that. And I was like, it's good to see you. And then I was pulled away and had to go and chit-chat and figure out some things. But I was just, how fun. How fun. Kid was nervous. Little, I should have been like, you know, I've been invited to some of your peers' weddings. Like, it's fine. Don't worry. I'm not your teacher anymore. But I did make, I go, you guys had no clue that this is what I was doing, huh? And he's like, no. I go, yeah, you guys would have thought I was so much cooler. And so after the kids' contest, I, you know, hand out the toys and presents, pleasantries get handed out. And, for some reason, our paths cross. Because I'm trying to walk out, and I wanted to say something to him. I was like, so blah blah blah. I don't remember what the context was. And homie meets me with so I checked out your stuff on Instagram. I was like, oh. He goes, yeah, I dropped you a follow. I'm like, oh, well, yeah, do some weird things. And I was like, what a small world. What a small world. Too funny. Too funny. So then I went and told the homies that I work with, like my boss, I was like, dude, the sound guy you hired, former student. He's like, oh, that means he works for such and such and this, that, and the other. I was like, yeah. I go, how wild is that? So we all got a good kick out of it. So unfortunately, there is no way for you guys to get into this giveaway at this moment in time. All right. This giveaway is from our friends from this past weekend. So without further ado, I do want to say huge thank you so much to ASTRONOMICON for inviting Disfusionals out for this past weekend of pop culture, horror, and wrestling fun. We had so much fun meeting new and old and friends. Okay, let me start there. We had so much fun chit-chatting with our fellow cosplayers for both the kids and adults cosplay contest all weekend long. Convention goers and Tenno alike were able to stop by our booth and enter on into a sponsored platinum giveaway. So huge thank you to our friends also over at Digital Extremes and Warframe for sponsoring some 300 convention platinum. Tenno entered. I got the names. We're going to spin the wheel and pick a winner. Winner will be contacted via the email that they provided and should see their platinum in their inventory shortly. So here we go. Let's pick a winner again. Huge thank you, Digital Extremes and Warframe, for sponsoring our convention platinum giveaways. If you guys are in the area, would like to recommend me to a convention that's close to you. If you're in the area close to me where I'm going to be guesting and you're like, well, Dis, where the hell are you attending? Where are you going? There's my list. In 2 weeks, we will be at C2E2. I will not have a booth at that time, so no platinum there. But we've got some guest appearances coming on the west side of the state. We've got possibly a convention in October happening in Chicago. Stay tuned to that one. Stay tuned to that one. Hey, Arthur, how are you doing? Welcome on in. We're just about to pick the winner for our ASTRONOMICON 7 Platinum giveaway, courtesy of Digital Extremes and Warframe. Without further ado, let's let it ride. Spin the wheel. Who's it going to be? Dun, 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 dun. Get those hypes and parties ready. Winner for our convention platinum from this past weekend is Virtual Murder Hobo. And I know what some of you are thinking. Is this a real username? The Tenno was adamant and so hyped to let me know that this is indeed their their legit username. So again, congratulations, Virtual Murder Hobo. You've won our 300 sponsored platinum from Digital Extremes and Warframe. Thank you so much for stopping by my booth this past weekend at ASTRONOMICON 7 in Livonia, Michigan at the Burton Manor. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. And if I'm not mistaken, I do believe that this Tenno also cosplayed as a original mashup of the blue Power Ranger and a Jedi with a katana. It was just the lights. It was a wonderful display. So again, congratulations, a Virtual Murder Hobo. And of course, you know, your girl tried to let them know that TennoCon cosplay contest, broken record. Just want more friends. I want more friends to